Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new here, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you decided to stay for a while. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal kind of video. It's going to be kind of like a story time-ish video. There's going to be like multiple story times in one. But it's about how me and my best friend were friends with a compulsive liar for an entire year. And now looking back on it, we should have seen the signs that this girl was literally lying to us about absolutely everything under the sun, but we didn't. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and make sure you are careful about who you're friends with, because me and her weren't.
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
Oh my God!
Oh my god. What's up, party people? I cannot believe that's just how I introed my YouTube video. But anyways, what's up, party people? Today, we're going to be talking about compulsive liars. The wonderful human beings that they are. While coloring, because that's what I do in my free time, because I'm 2 years old. Let me get my coloring book out. We're going to do a Christmas coloring page today just because, well, it's almost Christmas. Oh, from the Common Cozy Winter Christmas Coloring Book. Okay, so for, like, context, the story takes place, I have, like, all of it written right over here. The story takes place in 2018 to 2019. So it starts when I was in 7th grade, and my best friend, she's still my best friend. She's not the girl who was a compulsive liar. But basically, we got 2 new girls in our class, and we're going to call them Cassie and Sarah. That's not their real names, but that is what we will be calling them for these stories. Cassie and Sarah moved across the street from my best friend, Hope. She's still my best friend to this day. She's probably even watching this right now. But basically, they moved across the street, so when these girls came into class, teacher told them to find a seat, and they sat next to me and Hope because they recognized Hope as their neighbor. Everything was really, really fun. For the rest of 7th grade year, I say rest because they came in at about the middle of the quarter, like right at the last quarter of the year, so like March or April. I do also want to mention that this story is going to slip around a little bit, just because there were multiple different occasions where this girl lied to me and to pretty much everybody. But this is the coloring page we're going to be doing today. But so the real lying starts when we were in 8th grade. So we walked in on the first day of 8th grade. Me and my best friend, we were super excited for this year because we got our lockers put right next to each other. It was one of the perks of being teachers' kids. Me and her got to choose what our lockers were before anyone else did. Yes, the kids were in fact very jealous that me and her got to do and know about everything before everyone else did. But back to what I was saying, Cassie walks in soon after me and Hope walk in, and well, we're sitting at like this table with 4 chairs, so like 4 desks connected together, and we're like, where's Sarah? And she goes, oh, Sarah was admitted to a mental hospital because she tried to hurt herself over the summer break. We were like, what? Like, this is crazy. And this may have been the only thing that was true that Cassie ever told us that was true. The jury is still kind of out on that one. But she told some like smaller lies. Like, she told everyone in our class that she was in a movie, but she couldn't remember what movie she was in. Yeah. Looking back on it now, we were all really big idiots for thinking that she was telling the truth to us about being in a movie. She once said that Hope was spreading rumors all around the school, which is like not like her at all. She's been my best friend for 18 years now. She would never do that. Like, it was to the point where like people like stopped speaking to Hope. Like, it was really bad. Like, that is how large Cassie was making these rumors. And then this next story came directly from Hope. So she took $5 out of Hope's toolbox, which like wouldn't have been a big deal if Cassie would have given it back. But she didn't give it back. She gave it to someone else. Hope saw this $5 bill in this person's hand, and she knew that she had like lost it the night before, and she knew it was there when Cassie was at her house. So therefore, Cassie took it. But the reason why she knew that this $5 bill was hers was because it had a pen mark and a little rip on it. And I saw this $5 bill because I was at Hope's house the day before, where she showed me it. She's like, look at how cool this thing is. I'm like, oh wow, that is really cool. So I went up to Cassie and I confronted her about it. And she did the normal compulsive liar thing of being the, well, why would you think I would take it? That's not right. How could you say that about me? Kind of thing. She was quite the actress, let me tell you that. She told many, many small lies all throughout our 8th grade year. But the first lie I vividly remember being large was October 2018. It was my 8th grade year, and I vividly remember my father. It was like 4 a.m. I should mention that this story starts way before I get to school. Like, this story starts like hours before I even show up to school. I vividly remember my father coming, being on the phone, saying, tell my partner I'm going to be late to work today. I need to help my neighbor. So I went back to bed. I didn't think anything of it. 14-year-old me was exhausted. And then about 2 hours later, I hear my mother frantically yelling, wake up and look outside. I look out our front door, and my neighbor's house was engulfed in flames. Like, engulfed in flames. Like, there was no saving this house. Like, it was to the point where if the wind had been winding the other way, oh my god, I just said winding. If the wind had been winding the other way, I would not have had a house. Like, my house also would have been burned down. I got ready for school that morning like normal. I walked into class and everyone was like shocked, because when you live in a small town, like in such a small town that I lived in, you kind of know the areas of town. So when everyone saw that my area of town was on fire, they kind of thought it was my house that was on fire, just because like it was over in my area and it was literally my neighbor's house, and our houses were very close together, so it very easily could have been my house. Little Miss Cassie over here had to chime in, and she goes, it was my uncle's house. My cousin had to be flying out to Vegas. And me over here knowing that these neighbors, I've known them my entire life. I've lived next door to them my entire life. So I knew that their daughter no longer lived at home. She moved out a year before this even happened. And so I'm like, this doesn't track. So I did okay. This is the second time I've confronted this. It's about to be the second time I've confronted this girl now. If you guys have not figured it out, I am the friend who will go and confront somebody about their BS. But, so I look at her and I go, their daughter moved out a year ago. If they were really your family, you would know that, Cassie. And then she backtracks. She, like, her face hits the floor. Like, her jaw hits the floor. And she backtracks. And then she's like, did I say family? Or, like, did I say uncle? No, I mean friends of my dad's. So she was changing her story to make it seem like she was still in the right. And then I was like, well, what about her daughter? You specifically said their daughter was got flown out to the hospital. And she's like, I said that? No, I didn't. So she would tell lies, get caught in them, and then backtrack on what she said, completely change her story, and then make it seem like she was in the right the entire time. Oh, jeez. So, if you guys don't think that's bad, first of all, reevaluate your life. And then second, just wait. I promise, just wait. March 2019. We're sitting in the courtyard for lunch, waiting to be let back into the school. On October 13th, 2018, a girl from about an hour and a half away from my hometown went missing. Her name's Carly Goose. I'm sure you might have seen her on the news at the time. It was quite a big story. At least, I'm pretty sure her last name is Goose. I'm pretty sure her last name is pronounced Goose. But, back to the story. We were talking about how scary it is that someone so close to our town could just randomly fall off the face of the earth. Cassie strikes again. Whoo! She strikes again, and big time. This girl goes, Carly Goose, she is literally sitting in my living room right now. So she told the entire school that Carly Goose was sitting in her living room, that her parents had found Carly Goose. And we were all super excited. We're like, we don't have to be scared anymore. They found Carly. Carly's going to be okay. No. It is November 2023, and Carly has still not been found. Like, Carly is still, they're still actively looking for Carly. We were, like, all shocked, because, like, who the heck lies about a missing person? Cassie. Cassie is the person who lies about finding a missing person. Like, oh my god. And then this girl, this is when we all had the realization that this girl is literally psycho. Like, she's psychotic. Like, she needs help. And then another one, I didn't have this one written down, but I'm remembering it as I'm, like, sitting here saying it. She spread a rumor that one of our friend's boyfriends was I'm not going to say it on here, but let's just use the letters S-ayer. She spread an entire rumor that one of our friend's boyfriend was an S-ayer. And that's a pretty large allegation to have against somebody. Like, that's not something that should be taken lightly. And the school didn't take it lightly. The school took it very seriously, and they, like, took this kid in for, like, checking. They checked his history. They asked his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's like, what? No, he would never do that. This girl literally lied about everything under the sun. She lied about absolutely everything under the sun. But there was, like, kind of an upside to her. And this is not an upside. This is absolutely joking. I hope every single person watching this video knows that I'm joking when I say this. If you needed someone to fight somebody for you, she was the person you would want, because she could mess a girl up. And she did on multiple occasions, because my best friend Hope and her were walking around the gymnasium one time, and lo and behold, my best friend Hope was playing basketball with this other girl. She was just really mean. And she told my best friend that she sucked at basketball, which she didn't. She was on the basketball team. This other girl was not on the basketball team. And Cassie beat the living daylights out of this girl. There was no turning back for this girl. But obviously there's more stories, but I'm not going to blast all these girls' lies all over the internet, because I'm not that kind of person. But I thought this would be a fun video to make. And the moral of this, like, entire story is that be careful who you're friends with. Because me and Hope weren't, and we ended up being told lies about literally everything you could possibly imagine. So be careful who you're friends with. Make sure your friends aren't lying to your face. And that's that.